All right, hello everyone. Welcome to this week's Sunday Stock Watch for the week of April 28th, 2025. So let's get right into it. Starting off with economic data for next week, we have a lot of important news and data going on. So for Monday, no news Monday. Let's see how that turns out. Overnight market is already down a bit. Tuesday, we will have consumer confidence job openings. Those will be super important. Wednesday, ADP employment, GDP, and PCE, all going to be really important. And then Thursday, initial jobless claims, ISM manufacturing, construction spending, important. Friday, non farm payrolls, unemployment rate, hourly wages, all extremely important. So, pretty big week for economic data. Definitely going to shake some things up. So, stay super cautious, be cautious. Next, let's go over earnings for this next week. So Monday, I'm not watching for a whole lot, but Tuesday, I will be watching, for SoFi pre-market, after close, probably Snap. Other than that, not too much. And then Wednesday will be a ton of fun. Pre-market, not much. Aftermarket, Microsoft, Meta, Hood, I'll be watching for Qualcomm. Those will be really interesting earnings going on. Thursday, Amazon aftermarket, or I'll be watching Eli Lilly pre-market, but Amazon, Apple, Riot, Airbnb, Big Bear AI is a pretty big one for me to watch for, because I am looking at investing into them long term. But anyways, those will all be extremely important Thursday after close, and then Friday, ExxonMobil, Chevron, I'll be watching for. But yeah, massive week with economic data, pretty big week with earnings. We got a lot happening, so let's get right into it. I'm not going to do too much analysis because this will definitely change quite a bit, um, once we get everything going on. But actually, let's go to the daily chart. So Qs, right now we are trading at 469.90, so we're down a little bit. If for some reason we are more bullish and we can hold back above 472, I would like to see us, reach to 476, even 479 this week. If we cannot continue to hold above 470, we could easily see back into lower 460s, like 462, 463 range area, depending on what type of news and data we see. Next thing I'll take a look at, actually, we'll look at SPY. So SPY currently is trading at 548.10. So we are down a little bit from Friday close, obviously. So, anyways, if we can, reach back above this 550, hold above there, I would love to see us trading back around 565 to 568 area. If we, continue to hold below 550, we could easily see back into, you know, 542 to 538 range. Tesla obviously had a pretty big week last week. This daily candle, we pushed up a ton on Friday. So right now we're trading at 283, which isn't down too much. So it should be a pretty interesting week for Tesla if we can continue to hold above this 280 area. I really think we could see back into 290 and potentially reach to 300. If we cannot hold that up, we're more bearish for any reason. I'm looking to see below 280 back into 272 to that 268 area. Nvidia currently trading at 109.80, not down too much from close, but I would like to see us holding above 112, 113 to see any higher. If we're still in this range, I don't really care for it. Holding above 110, I don't really care. I would ideally like to see above 112 or 113 and then see to, back up to 115 to 118 area. Now, if, we drop below 108, should be interesting. We most definitely have room to 105 to like 101 area, depending on how much downside we get. not going to go over SMCI or AMD. We'll go over coin real quick. So obviously last week Bitcoin did really well. Right now Bitcoin is not doing too hot. We did hit 95 and now we've kind of been trading in this 93 to 94 over the weekend. So if we could see Bitcoin reach back to 95, hold above it, maybe reach back into 96, then we could really see coin, Mara, MSTR take off. So based off that, I would like to see coin continue or to hold above 210. Coin is sitting at 206.31 right now. So if we could reach back, hold above 210, that would be pretty awesome. I would love to see, coin reaching back up to 220, 225 again if Bitcoin can reach to 95K and hold above there. And then I'll go over MSTR with that. Probably won't be looking, trading downside on this unless Bitcoin really starts going. But since Bitcoin has been holding up, I'm not really expecting Bitcoin to, get a ton of downside this week. Again, anything can happen though. But if Bitcoin keeps holding up, MSTR is currently trading around 362. So we're down a little bit from close on Friday, but ideally I would like to see us back above 365 holding, to see into 373, maybe 380 if we're really lucky. We get a lot of movement, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for on MSTR. Next one, we'll take a look at Meta. So when does Meta have? Okay. Yeah, so Wednesday Meta has earnings, right? So probably not going to be looking to trade Meta the beginning of the week until most of the week until after Wednesday. These contracts are going to be crazy, overpriced because of earnings. So I'm actually going to skip over Meta. I'm not really looking forward to it a whole lot. We'll go over Netflix. So obviously Netflix, continues to just be crazy and go up and up. So right now we're sitting at 1,095. So we're down a little bit, but if we can continue to hold up above here, again, we're trading in a new area. Haven't really seen this before. But if we can continue to hold this up, we could really see Netflix bounce, or we could play downside and, see Netflix make a retracement back to 1,060, which is a really large move. So I would ideally be looking for that to see a retracement since we're at, new all-time highs. Market's slightly bearish. If market continues this way going into tomorrow, definitely could see Netflix take a bit of a hit. Amazon has earnings, so I won't go over that really. Palantir could be a good one as well for, any sort of bearishness. Also bullishness, we could potentially reach back up into 120. But just checking real quick. Yeah, so currently Palantir is sitting at 112.71. So we're up a little bit from close actually. But overnight we're down. So since we're still holding here, ideally I would like to see up to, 115 to 120 area if we're bullish on the market. If we're not, Palantir's still really strong, so looking for downside on this, we might not see too much. I would say into 105 for lucky 100. But since Palantir is really bullish, really holding up, depending on, how much downside the market gets, if we don't get much, I don't think Palantir will be moving down much. And then already went over MSTR. Take a quick look at Snow. Snow's been a pretty good one. We got a nice bounce from all that crazy downside we had. So Snow is currently sitting at, let's see. Gotta look this one up real quick. Okay, Snow's currently sitting at 157.19. If we can continue to hold above like 158, I would like to see back to 165, 166 area ideally. But if we do get downside, we're more bearish. I could definitely see us trading back down into the 150 to 145 range. And I think that'll be all that I'm really looking at. We could take a look at crowd. So, crowd is something that's been on my mind a little bit. We did have pretty major upside. We've made a full recovery after the incident back in, was it in August? Yeah. Or, okay. So I guess it was, hmm, when did that crazy downside happen? All right. Not super important. Anyways, so we have made a pretty nice recovery from, you know, crowd selling off a ton after that certain event that happened. I don't remember exactly. I can't recall exactly what happened to detail, so I'm not going to talk about it, but currently we're sitting at 421. So I is it is very it has a very strong price movement right now, but I definitely think if the market is, getting a ton of bearishness this next week, we could see crowd trading back into, 390 area. So that's a big short that I'm looking at. If not, I'm probably not going to be taking, you know, too hard of a look at it, but we'll see. But yeah, anyways, that'll be it from me for Sunday Stock Watch. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening. But good luck this week, everyone, and make sure to join my community in bio. But thank you, everyone.